up, YouTubers? Welcome to another episode of Barbershop Talk. I'm your host, Seven. And as you know, today is Mother's Day. So I would just like to take this moment to give a special shout out to my wife, Tamika Bellany, aka Dolly. Baby, you've been a fantastic mother to my kids. I just want to say thank you. I know motherhood is not easy. You've been doing a fantastic job, so I just want to say thank you. And I want to give a very, very special thank you to my mom, my queen, that is Cheryl Harris. I just want to give you all the recognition that you deserve, all the praises that you deserve for doing a fantastic job with myself and my siblings. I just want you to know how much I appreciate you. Now, I felt compelled to do this video to basically express myself to my mom and show the world how I feel about my mom, and also to encourage my generation of fellas, the guys, to try and express themselves a little bit more. I find that my generation, we tend to hide our emotion. We tend to mask our emotions. We don't know how to express ourselves. You know, in our heart we may love, but we don't express ourselves that we love. It took a long time for me to finally get to this stage, to this point in my life, whereby I can actually look at my mom in her eyes and say, I love you, Mom. Thank you. A lot of us are not able to do that because of how we grew up. You know, most of us in the Caribbean grew up in this way that we didn't know how to do so. We didn't know how to express ourselves to the people we love. Other than a woman, that we're trying to get with, we would easily say, I love you, even if we mean it or not. You know, guys, we tend to express those words just to try and get the draws. You know how guys are. But to the people that really matters, I find that most men in the Caribbean find it hard to say thank you and I love you. So I just want to share my scenario. That's how I came to that stage and why it was difficult. You know, when I was growing up, I would write to my mom in letters saying every day, I love you, thank you, happy Mother's Day, happy birthday. But I never got the courage to really look her in the eyes, hug her and say, Mom, thank you so much for all that you've done. I was at the age of 24. I was about to leave my home country of Guyana to come to St. Lucia. And you know, I mustered up my courage. And she was in the kitchen cooking a meal, and I was just watching her. You know, my mom was like 5'2". She was very short, but very strong, confident woman. So I said, I cannot travel unless I utter those words to my mother. So I went over to my mom. I tapped her on her shoulder. I said, Mom, and I just gave her a hug, and I said, I love you. To be honest, that was the very first time those words actually came out of my mouth at age 24. And that's late, that's pretty late, you know. Like, I should have been saying those words my whole life. I shouldn't have to be waiting at age 24 to express myself like that. But it's just the way we came up, you know. I don't know, most of my friends have never say those words to their mother. And, you know, we just under the assumption that, you know, my mom know that I love her. Or, you know, the people in our life, they know that we love them. But we never say it. We only write it in letters or gift cards, you know, the Hallmark cards or whatever card you may give. You know, I even saw one time my friend. I know you're probably gonna be seeing this video, so I'm using your scenario. My friend, we was out one day with his mom, and they were having this conversation about expressing themselves. And we were like 27, we were like 27 years of age. And she's telling him, you don't even tell me you love me. Why you don't tell me you love me? And he was, Mommy, but you know I love you. But she was, I know you love me, but I want to hear it. You have to tell me. Why don't you tell me? And I'm standing right there and I'm saying, that's right. Like, why don't guys express themselves like that? You understand? The mother wants to hear those words to know that a child can come to them. Even the fathers wants to hear those words. A father, don't matter how macho a guy may be, trust me, if you can just humble yourself and go to that person and say, Dad, I love you. Mom, I love you. That would have such an amazing impact on your family life, on your father and your mother's life. You don't even know. So I'm watching my friend and he's like, Mom, but you know I love you. And she wants to hear those words. And after she left, I went to him and I said, bro, you know, it was difficult for me too, but I mustered up the courage and I actually told my mom I love her. Yeah, so I just want to encourage all you guys out there in the whole world, not just the Caribbean, you know. Don't wait for the last moment to tell your mom that you love her. You know, not just today's Mother's Day. Every day should be Mother's Day. You know, take care of your mom. Every time you have the opportunity, talk with her, laugh with her, smile with her, say those words. Even if she doesn't say it back, even if she's uncomfortable, you still say it. Growing up, I only saw those things on TV where the kids on television is telling their parents they love them and the parents would say it back to them and hug them. You know, everybody's hugging in the movies, everybody's hugging and kissing. But I didn't grow up like that. I didn't grow up with everybody else. So it was new to me. But now that I have my kids, from the time they were born, every day I hug them, I kiss them, I say, I love you, because I want them to grow and get accustomed of me saying it to them every single day. And I have boys. I have 2 boys and I say it to them every day. And I want you guys to do the same thing. Let's break the cycle of feeling uncomfortable, of expressing ourselves to our mothers or our fathers, our brothers or sisters, anybody that is special in our life. Let's break that cycle of just saying those words. You know, I just want, my mom is a very strong woman. She has taught me so much. You know, she has taught me how to forgive. She has taught me how to be strong. My mom is a very incredible woman. The things she has done for me, I could never repay her for. And many days I feel sad that, you know, I know that she's not going to be there with me forever, but there's so much I want to do for her. I would give anything for my mom. You know, she has shown me the sacrifice she has made for me. You know, my mom would go to bed hungry, you know, give me the last meal. My mom would spend all her money to take me to the hospital when I'm sick. You know, she showed me the real definition of love. And the real definition of love is sacrifice, you know, putting someone else before herself, you know, being selfless. And to me that's love, because even in the biblical scripture it also shows you what love is. And, you know, she showed me how to be strong and how to care for others. My mom is one of the strongest person I ever saw. I have seen so many people did wrong by my mom, and yet still she has the courage and the strength to be the first one to go to them and apologize and say sorry. Let's all get back to normal. And I would watch my mom like, where does she find that strength from to do such a thing? And she inspired me to live that type of life, like never to hold grudges against anybody. She taught me to always forgive, to move on. You know, she always believed in giving people chances, and I'm like that. No matter what you do to me in life, you know, I'm always a forgiving person. I don't hold no grudges in my heart. I'm gonna be hurt, but I learn how to move on. I can still look at you tomorrow and smile and still acknowledge you like, hey, good morning, good day, have a blessed day, and still move on. That's me. And she taught me that. She showed me how to be strong, so I learned from her how to be strong. You know, she taught me to pray, and because of her, every night I make sure I pray with my son. You know, I taught him to pray. We would normally pray together from the day he was born. So I'm going to continue the same process with my second son, and I'm going to be praying with him when he's old enough to understand how to pray. And my mom did that for me. You know, she introduced me to God. She put God in my life. And if it wasn't for that, I don't know where I would have been today, because I was on the wrong path. And I was fighting my demons, you know, going through poverty, an adolescent stage, so much negative influence around you. It was just a recipe for disaster. And without my mom in my life, I don't know how I would have been able to cope and to be strong enough to pull myself out of that circle and be a positive person, and to be married today, and have a business today and have a family life. So Mom, I just want to say thank you for all that you've done for me. I love you. And like I said, I just want to encourage everybody else to be strong enough and be brave enough to say these words to your mom. Don't wait for the last minute to say these words. Try your best to express yourself as best as you can. Our mom is not going to be with us all the time. I think Nas said it best. Nas said that your mom is the closest thing to God that you ever have. And when Nas said that, that kind of hit home for me. To say that your mom is the closest thing to God that you would ever have in your life, because she brought you into the world. She protected you, she nourished you. She provides for you. She makes sure she makes all sacrifices for you. She shows you the real definition of love. And that's the closest thing that we can ever get to God. And I believe in that statement. I mean, everybody might have their own opinion, but that went straight, that hit home for me. That hit home for me in my heart when Nas said it. When Tupac made his song to his mom, that also hit home to me, because when I listened to that song, I can relate to that song, because I was going through that in my teen, fighting peer pressure, fighting the streets, trying to not to live that life. I wanted to, it was calling me, I wanted to, but just my mom in my head talking to me every night, reminding me of God and His grace, and always believing in me and advising me, to do the right. She saved my life. She saved my life. And I love you, Mom. And happy Mother's Day to you.